Hello everybody, my name is West Wong. This November, we sat down with 7 students to discuss Katie Wilson's victory in the Seattle mayoral election, issues facing our community, and how our city can move forward. This is the Puma Press.
So my first question to you is, what is your name?
Ted Kujaman.
My name is Gregor Shukar.
My name is May Williams.
My name is Avi Cunnins.
I'm Paige Johnson.
My name is Noah Hall.
My name is Alex Krabs.
You responded to the survey saying that you were pretty hopeful for the city of Seattle under Katie Wilson. Why is that?
I like her platform. I think in comparison to Bruce Harrell, who, in my opinion, hasn't done too much. When it comes to affordability and stuff like that, I think that she's certainly the better choice.
I don't think it's that she wouldn't be a great leader of the city. I just don't have too much hope that the problems like homelessness and these kinds of things that are such huge issues in Seattle can actually be solved in one term for a mayor or something like that. It's just something that's going to take so much money and so much effort.
In my opinion, and this can differ for other people, but we're very privileged to have very progressive leaders.
I'm very skeptical when it comes to democratic socialists, and I'm interested to see how it works out in New York. I'm interested how it turns out here, and I'm interested to just see how everything plays out, because I've never really seen it happen before in a good way.
What would you say is a major issue that you see in the city?
The drug use is a big thing, especially the unhoused people using drugs. This leads to a lot of mental illnesses and mental issues.
Seattle under Bruce Harrell, and Bruce Harrell is considered more moderate than Katie Wilson, didn't actually do enough, in my opinion, for crime. And now that Katie Wilson is considered more progressive, I have less confidence in her than Bruce Harrell to do anything with crime.
Where do you see drug misuse in your community? Or where do you see it? Can you give me some examples?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess in my youth, I used to love going downtown with my mom, and we would have these sort of shopping trips and things like that. And now I kind of just see downtown as unsafe in a lot of ways, and people make jokes about Third and Pike or whatever because there's a lot of people who are misusing drugs over there, and it's kind of saddening to not be able to spend that time and go live those memories downtown.
I know there's been some talk about what do you do with people who want to stay on the street? Do you think that we have to take some measures that ultimately force people to say, hey, you cannot be sleeping on private property, we have to remove you and we have to put you under a roof?
I think that's a tricky one, because on the one hand, it doesn't really ever feel right to force people to do things. But I think if it's a matter of public safety and making the city better for everybody, then it should definitely be something that's considered.
Would you say that the issue of houselessness has improved over the last 4 years?
Seattle's biggest issue is our homelessness. We're known for that. Over the past 1 or 2 years, we've had a lot of police officers going in, helping them, getting them to places where they could get good care, getting those drugs off the street.
I remember vividly on a yoga trip down to Capitol Hill. We go down and we go to this park and we start doing yoga, and then I noticed a dude laying on the ground, and I'm like, that just shows how if being on a school trip you see somebody venting out, I think that shows a big problem.
2 years back, our car was stolen when it was getting redone. My neighbor was robbed a year ago. With Seattle letting criminals out more and more early and doing less for that, where that is how I think Katie Wilson won't do as well with safety.
If you were mayor, what would you dedicate most of your investments into fighting homelessness to?
I think one of them would be more low-income housing, because it's hard to get people off the streets if there's nowhere for them to go. I think another one would be more on the ground, just effective outreach that actually goes and like successfully interacts with the people. And then also, I would say stricter enforcement.
I think Katie Wilson is going to be quite transit oriented because that does go hand in hand with, you know, affordability and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because, you know, transit does like spur development.
When I see like leaders like Katie Wilson who promise again to kind of finally fix these issues that we have in Seattle, it makes me happy that somebody who's really speaking to the community and appealing to these like broad issues that everybody can see every day when you're walking on like the streets of Seattle.
Wilson takes office on the 1st of January 2026, and we can only hope that she delivers on her promises of fighting homelessness and delivering a more affordable Seattle.